What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with this week's episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, just want to give you guys a heads up that we are 217 subs away from hitting 500 subs. And if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because practically 100% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys are not even subscribed. And to top it all off, we got to get more women to watch the content as well. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my @s will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And yeah, and I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which basically it does tie with this week's episode, but the question of the day is this: what are you guys' thoughts on Rush Duel making their way into the TCG, into North America? Let me know down in the comments below. And for this week's episode, that is pretty much exactly what we're going to be talking about today, is the idea of Konami potentially bringing Rush Duel into the Yu-Gi-Oh TCG. Now, I don't remember if I talked about it in a previous video. If I did, then I'm basically touching on it again after a while. But if I didn't, then this is a good opportunity for me to bring it up and showcase Rush Duel in its entirety. So, for those who are curious, what are Rush Duels? Well, Rush Duels is basically something similar to like Duel Links. Again, I guess, if you will, would be a good term. And I'm actually going on to Duel Links right now on my iPhone. And oh, hold on, new event. Whole new event has started up. Okay, so it's basically the same character that I unlocked before. Okay, never mind. So Rush Duel is actually kind of cool, because what they are is, it's a series of cards that are basically the same size as a regular Yu-Gi-Oh card, but the design is so different. And I'll show you guys a good example by showing off what arguably the most iconic card in existence. Obviously, this Dark Magician. This is basically what a Rush Duel looks like. It's about the same. Only difference is that the stars, instead of it being like right here, it's usually here. That's basically what a Rush Duel card looks like. And interestingly enough, unlike regular Yu-Gi-Oh, you can actually normal summon multiple times in a single turn. So you could literally summon out a bunch of 4-star monsters or whatever, and you can even also tribute summon as well, as many times as you're able to. And what's even more funny is that in Rush Duel, you can actually play Pot of Greed, which is very funny. But that's basically Rush Duel. And funny enough, the card pool for Rush Duel in Duel Links is actually, it's relatively, it's a pretty decent pool. Excuse me, but obviously, now the only way you could play Rush Duel in North America is obviously through Duel Links, but other than that, I mean the idea of Rush Duel making its way into the TCG is actually kind of a cool. It's a pretty cool idea. I feel like Konami should definitely do that, just because of the fact that they've actually made it so, and especially in Duel Links, they made it so you can use banned cards that you would least expect. Like, to give you an example, Pot of Greed has been banned for the longest the longest time, and I believe of all the legend cards that's in the card pool, Pot of Greed's the only banned card right now, as far as I'm seeing. And I'm sure you're probably curious of what legend cards I have. Interestingly enough, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 legend cards in my card pool, which is pretty cool. But I feel like Rush Duel could really be a beneficial factor into the TCG, just because of the fact that it gives players a chance to play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh while having fun at the same time. Where, as opposed to actual Yu-Gi-Oh, for some it's mostly about what's good, what is the meta, and what decks are good. Where as opposed to the rest of the world, they're either A, collectors, or B, they're the type of people that would want to play goat decks and Edison decks at a future upcoming, like, YCS or Nationals or something like that, or again, as I stated before, they're also usually collectors, which for the most part, out of everybody in the community, literally everybody who is into Yu-Gi-Oh, whether they're celebrities, whether they're football stars or whatever, out of everybody, about 63% of our world's population who are into Yu-Gi-Oh are mostly collectors. Myself included. Trust me, as much as I would love to play the game competitively, I'm more of like wanting to just play Duel Links for fun, play Master Duel for fun, and just become a collector and looking to potentially sell cards here and there. That's the type of person that I am when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh. And honestly, I think playing Rush Duel competitively might not be such a bad thing. I mean, there are so many different styles of decks you could play. You could literally play a dragon-based deck that can use up legend cards, such as Pot of Greed, or potentially even this card, which looks amazing, Blue Eyes White Dragon. It looks absolutely amazing. Interestingly enough, Rush Duel even also has their own Blue Eyes monster known as Blue Eyes Bright Dragon, which the artwork looks amazing, absolutely amazing, you guys. But but honestly, I mean, you could play so many different decks. You could play dragon based decks, spellcaster based decks. You could even also play um, you know, fusion based decks. You know, machine based decks. Potentially bringing out Cyber End Dragon, Cyber Twin Dragon, or whatever. I mean, the possibilities are out there, and I think with Woo! Sorry guys, sorry guys, I almost knocked my tripod down. Anyway, with Go Rush, I think is the name of the new anime coming out in the dub sometime in the next couple of months or so. One could argue that we could be expecting Rush Duel to make its way into North America, which is pretty cool. It's a cool idea because it's, like I said, it gives players a chance to, or rather both players and collectors alike, to actually to play Rush Duel and truly understand the concept of Rush Duels, which the format, if you will, as far as the feel goes, it's literally the same as Duel Links, but there are no but as of right now, to our knowledge, there are no synchros, there are no tuners, there are no Xyz monsters, no pendulums, no links. It's all normal summoning, tribute summoning, special summoning, and fusion summoning, and that's it. Literally, that's it. It's almost like simple, back in the day Yu-Gi-Oh, basically. So I think it would be really cool, and if they were to have their own tournament, kind of similar to Master Duel having their own tournament at Worlds, at Worlds and like YCS, the actual Yu-Gi-Oh having their own tournament, Speed Duel having their own tournament and whatnot. I feel like Rush Duel in North America could potentially have their own tournament, because there would be a much more larger variety, if you will, of what style of Yu-Gi-Oh do you want to play. Do you want to play Speed Duel? You want to play Rush Duel? You want to play Duel Links, Master Duel, or do you want to play actual Yu-Gi-Oh? You got it. It would basically give players another option, if you will, of what style they want to play. And obviously, with the meta being as crazy as it is now, with the fact that Yubel is still pretty good, Kashtira is still pretty good, Raziel had dominated the YCS, I think, last month in Anaheim. One could argue that most of the player base may just end up playing Rush Duel, which would be pretty cool. And again, as I stated before, you can literally play, if Konami would allow it, Pot of Greed. You could literally play banned cards, like Pot of Greed, or potentially or potentially some other banned card in the game, like maybe I don't know. I guess maybe excuse me, like maybe confiscation, perhaps. I know that Konami over in the OCG have been from the rumors that I've been hearing, they've been experimenting bringing in cards to Rush Duel from the actual game that are banned, such as confiscation and delinquent duo. Obviously these are just rumors, but we're not entirely sure. But I will say, I think the idea is pretty cool. I don't really know if it'll happen. I think mostly just because of the fact that Rush Duel has been more so of an OCG, um um more so of an OCG, uh only card game, I guess. I guess would be the proper term. But I feel like if it made its way into North America, I think it'd be really cool. Obviously, yes, Konami would have to produce, starter decks, structure decks, and booster boxes and whatnot for Rush Duel in North America. But I think it would just give players a chance to play a more casual style of Yu-Gi-Oh! Besides Go format and Edison, if you will. So, is it possible? Is it possible? Absolutely. Is it bound to happen? Doubtful, but only time will tell. But I want your guys' opinion. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about Rush Duel potentially making its way into North America. And on that note, that will do it for this week's episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.